and to move quite rapidly ahead of many countries globally in developing carbon capture, storage and use. South Africa has experienced energy shortages since 2006. You may have heard about load shedding and load reduction. If you look at China, the production of new energy component manufacturing at all stages of value addition is crucial, so that South Africa doesn't just import finished products and install them without creating employment in the manufacturing process. I visited to NEO last week. NEO is a new energy vehicle manufacturer. We are still at the stage where we are producing hybrid vehicles. We can learn a lot from China. That transition is driven by high levels of local content in China. South Africa doesn't have a single OEM. That is a lesson for us. We need a different quality of foreign direct investment that will allow skill transfer and technology transfer, and even allow us to establish our own OEMs. The South African Automotive Master Plan has about 3 important objectives to be met in 2035, and the first one is to raise local content levels to 65%. The second one is to achieve at least 1% of global production. The third one is to double employment in the automotive value chain. China can play a great role, particularly if it can establish at least one automotive original equipment manufacturing plant supported by local components manufacturing capacity in South Africa. I think we can learn from China if we strengthen the levels of investment in manufacturing over and above the developing trade relationship. The last time I was in Shanghai was in April 2023, together with a large delegation. It happens almost to every South African. Your family will tell you, bring 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You make the mistake of returning home without bringing them what they said you should bring. And this thing is an indicator of China has led the Chinese people in developing their productive capacity. This advancement has also benefited many countries, the reasonable prices that are available. Today, whether it is a product researched by an American OEM or a European OEM, the reality is that it is made in China. I already have a panda souvenir for my daughter, and she really wants nails, these, polish and so on from China. In the process of our field visits to the factories, to the agricultural production site, to the science and technology development parks, to the cultural parks, we ourselves can see through our eye and through the questions we ask and the material we read, we do learn where China comes from. China didn't develop easily. As we learn from China, is to appreciate that our learning has to involve innovation. As the Chinese Communist Party leaders and scholars emphasize, this learning and innovation must be grounded in the historical conditions of our country. It is up to us to design and define our own trajectories of development. I've been to Europe, South America, North America, Southeast Asia, other countries in my own continent. Insofar as developing productive forces, a state where one industry is developed across the entire value chain or production network in a single country, that is China. We have been colonized in South Africa from the mid-1600s to 1994, and we are not the only ones in this. When I left the session here, one of the colleagues from a small country in Africa with a population of 1.5 million people was saying when Spain left their country, there were 2 teachers, 2. So in our country, African people were not allowed in serious mathematics, science and technology courses, academics and occupations. Since 1994, the world has changed. There is a global South development model that makes these things available. That's China. Why not pay attention to it? Learning from China will definitely benefit us.